What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I want to answer a question that has been asked many times here on YouTube in the comment sections of my videos, as well as in our Facebook group. And that is when someone goes to a search result, or they're going to build a website for a search result for a local affiliate offer, they see the search value from either Google Keyword Planner or Keywords Everywhere or whatever tool they're using, and they see zero search data. And also, for what it's worth, they'll usually see zeros for the cost per click, for how much each click would be if you were to run ads. So I understand exactly why people ask this. It is a good thing to want to know. Like, am I going to get a return on my investment of the time and resources spent to build a site, rank it, and get it to show up and get traffic? And I want to share with you guys some of the data from the Champlin Outdoor Services site for the searches, as well as some of the call and lead data that has come through over the past 6 months, because the website is now 6 months and a few days old. Today is currently the 9th of October, and the site was built on the 3rd of April, or the site at least was registered then, probably built a couple days later. So the thing that I want to really cover here is that even if any of these searches, which we'll see right here, Champlin Lawn Care, shows zero. And what I really want to drive home, and I'll show you guys some of the numbers here in a minute, is the fact that all of these keywords that the Champlin Lawn Care site is ranking for have zero data, except one of them. Only one of the keywords actually has any search data, and that is the Landscaping Champlin MN, which shows a search volume of 10 and a cost per click of $2.27. So I believe we're ranking in the 3rd spot right here. We'll probably have to do a couple more links to get above the Home Advisor and Yelp, but you can see the rest of these searches, zero for Champlin Snow Removal, and we have the number 3 spot here. We've been working on getting this one a little bit higher. Champlin Irrigation, zero as well, and sitting here in the 5th spot. Champlin Paver Patio, we are sitting in the 4th spot. And lastly, Champlin Mosquito Control, showing zeros, and we're sitting here in the number 1 spot. So zeros across the board. So if you were just to look at Keywords Everywhere, I'm sure the Keyword Planner on Google would probably show similar. If you were to just go by that, this would look like it's worth nothing. And here's what I want to really make sure that you guys understand is that this site in the past 6 months has generated 292 phone calls. Now, not every single one of these was a paid converted call. I believe the number is probably right around 15 to 20% for most given months. So the beauty, though, with this one particular site is that we built this site in less than probably 5 hours worth of work. And that is with me constantly changing things up and that sort of stuff. And you could probably build out this site in maybe 5 to 10 hours, depending on how skilled you are with the builder that you're using, either Thrive Architect, which is what this one's built with, or Elementor Pro. So then when it comes to the link building, we do have some PBNs that we own. However, again, content creation for PBNs does not take much time at all. You're talking maybe 2 to 3 hours a month at most. And then some of the link building outsourcing takes you about an hour a month. So a 10-hour investment to build something out to bring in 292 phone calls. Now, I know that some people are going to ask about the Google My Business listing, and that accounts for about 20% of the calls and traffic that come through. I have since removed the phone number from anywhere on the website with the exception of the Mosquito Control page, because of the fact that this offer with the company that is the actual service provider for this particular offer with this network is TrueGreen, and most consumers do not like TrueGreen at all. They want a local company. That's why they go to the local search results. If they wanted to go with TrueGreen, they would just type in TrueGreen right into Google. So the conversion rate with these calls is not the best. However, here's where things started to really ramp up. Now, transferring over to the contact form submissions, this was before I even was aware of a company like Networks or Home Advisor with having affiliate programs. And that's on me for not being resourceful enough, and I will take 100% responsibility for that. And I should have been more resourceful in seeking out other options to further monetize the phone calls coming through. But we had 35, as you can see right here on the screen, different contact form submissions come through this site between the months of April into August. And then once we switched to Networks, it also did a lot more optimization on the site in terms of the overall look of the site and having the contact form embed on every single page, making it even easier for a mobile visitor to basically send in their information through the contact form right then and there. And that one was a Networks embedded form. We had another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leads come in a span of 7 days in at the end of August. And then for the month of September, we had another 13 contact form submissions come through. Yes, a couple of them were unmatched, but that's just, again, part of the game that's going to happen. And so far, 8 days into the month, we've had 12 new leads come through the site, and of course the phone calls are all mixed in here, but I'm really not even counting the phone calls at this point, because if they convert, sweet. But I just really know how consumers are really not a fan of TrueGreen, and they also don't offer a lot of services. Whereas with a company like Networks, or if you get approved to work with Home Advisor, there is a service related to a home or a house or a building or a property, whatever, that needs to get done. They probably have a company within their network for most areas. Obviously somewhere remote in Nevada, between like Area 51 and Reno or whatever, they might not have coverage out there. But for most suburban and urban areas, and in a lot of rural areas as well, they're going to have a company out there that can serve the customer's need. And one last thing to note is that a lot of these contact forms, actually the majority of these contact form submissions that came through, especially after June in through October now, most of them were related to lawn care, snow removal, or irrigation, and maybe a little bit of tree work as well. All of those particular search keywords show zero search data. So irrigation, lawn care, all of it shows zero search data, and you can see the amount of volume that it generates. So if you see zero for search data for any city that you're working in, and the population is above 10,000 people or even 5,000, I would not hesitate to build a site in that particular area. If you're looking to build a one city focused site like Champlin Lawn Care or Champlin Outdoor Services here, then you're going to want to make sure that it has a population of, I don't know, I would say at least 20,000 to be on the safe side, to at least ensure that there's a good amount of traffic. But again, the amount of time that it takes to build out these sites is so low. You can really build probably 1 to 2 a day if you're really good at it. You know exactly what you're doing, and you can work within the software that you're using. You can build out sites efficiently, and then you have a streamlined process for how you're going to start building your foundational links, your citations, then start doing social signals, and eventually your PBNs if they are needed. And from there, you are basically just churning and burning like a machine. And there are other ways that you can monetize for the rural keywords, is basically either building out maybe a regional site, maybe focused on an entire state, focused on a full metro area or something like that, or you go full on just building a national site, building out a directory site with a software called City Page Pro, or you're building out a full-on nationally scaled site with an amazing software called Magic Page Plugin. So there are links right down below in the description to both of those softwares where you can learn more about them. Basically allows you to build massive websites without having to spend tens of thousands of hours creating content. There will be some upcoming videos discussing Magic Page Plugin. And for the first 7 people that do hit the link in the description for Magic Page Plugin, you can get a trial for $1 for the first 14 days, and then it's only going to be $75 a month for you to have access to building out an entire nationwide website for several countries across the entire country, including the US and Canada and the UK and a whole lot more. So anyways, I want to basically just wrap up this video and say that do not be discouraged if you see zeros for the search that you want to build out a site for. So the one thing you really want to make sure you're paying attention to, though, is if it is a single city focused site, make sure it's a population of at least 20,000, like I mentioned earlier. So that way you'll have a solid amount of traffic, because rather than building out a City Page Pro directory for thousands of cities, or taking a week's worth of time to build out a nationally focused Magic Page plugin site, you can build out this one site in 5 full hours and still get a good return on the investment of your time that was put into building out this site. So with that said, if you got this far into the video, I'd appreciate if you went down below, dropped a like on this video. If you want to get access to more guided step-by-step training, how to find a niche and location, build out a website, start ranking that site, and monetize it with local affiliate offers, there's a link right down below to both of our courses, and links to both of the softwares I mentioned in this video, and some of the other tools that I use in my business that I share with you guys here on the channel, only if I see them as a good quality tool to have in your arsenal for doing local affiliate SEO. So with that said, I will see you guys in the next video. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below, and I try my best to answer all of them. So I'll see you in the next video.